Alright, well, before we continue with this, I do have like an extra thought here that I've been thinking about. What happened here that led to what I was thinking? I'm not really sure, but something tells me that Gary Deb surely must have witnessed what was outside at 5 p.m. And, that is because of the candle, like right over there on the floor. Like, it very well could have been that, well, like, something happened, and because of that something, the floor was on fire because of the candle. So, what did they have to do? They had to open the window. And when they opened the window for the fire to go out, well, that is when they noticed the incident happen. Because otherwise, you don't really get to see much through that window, as I've noticed, like before. They did say that you cannot really notice through the window because of how murky it is. Something happened that made the Garideb open the window, and that something must be the fire. What led to that fire? I guess we shall see in a moment. So, shall we begin? Once again, Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Alright, let's begin. Or first we're gonna hear from Sherlock Holmes. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that fearsome beast has been on a rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with a question. What form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. Your furtive glance, Mr. Barton, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Or to a picture frame. Yes, though an army man, you appear unopposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piefool, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breeding specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What did I notice there? His skin was red there. Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you imagined. Huh. Go figure. I guess that's why Gary Deb is positioned like that. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame. Something tells me that this beast that we're talking about would actually be Madame herself. The maid. I mean, I guess so. Maybe this creature that Shams is talking about is actually the maid that would be on that would be on the picture frame. And I guess the beast would also attack the human, except not with claws but with palms, just like that, like slice. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garden. At Betty's circus. Well, this is not very big circus. Traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I may made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly for a ring of fire. Alright, that's the first topic. The second topic, aftermath. Now, Mr. Guardian. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blight pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. That skin, your cheek, on your right. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by the supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man! I simply... But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? What is that reaction that you have there, mate? That is definitely an interesting reaction there. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. It certainly makes me question why the maid would strike Garideb. I wonder if it is this payment? For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. The bills, the bills, the bills. They look so delicious. I can see it. So you had no choice but to let it go. Yeah, well... No. In a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time alone, I'm afraid it is you who has inevitably revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the tower of cakes. Yeah, because surely cakes can do that. They are so fiery. Just be careful of those, God, what are they called? Like, flaming bananas? They have a name for that, like the flaming bananas. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain nobleman, if they have no breed, let them eat cake. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. Banana flambe! Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. What is the matter with you, John? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Gardev. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that you could run over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too. No. Mr. Holmes? Sorry to butt in, but can we butt in a little bit over here? I think it's my turn to do the dance of deduction. Why, certainly, Mr. Naruto. What is it, again? Well, your deduction just now... Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room for this size? Indeed. It's the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Well, it is the world of the Ace Attorney. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. Wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in his very room, surely Mr. Gardev and his maid would have been hurt. Or worse. No, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast, using that large cannon. Imagine just Gardev using the cannon on the maid. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drank tea. Ah, my dear Susato. It occurs to me with some irregularity that irrespective of race and breed, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Yeah, you can just feel it. Like, once you, it's not a matter of adapting. Like, once you enter with your first foot in the land of Great Britain, your first thing to do is to drink tea. Like, you get a sudden sense of drinking tea, even though you weren't really fond of tea before that. In fact, you may have hated the tea, but once you enter the soils of Great Britain, it's like a whole new world. You are a totally different person. Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Miss Naruto, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. Alrighty then, let's do this. A slight massage. That's all Mr. Shawn's deductions need. You can do it. Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner, introduction, to step forward, Miss Naruto. Yep. I mean, you know, this, entire month, Ryonosuke has definitely learned some stuff. But it isn't just law. No. It isn't just karate from Susato. No. It is dancing. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Well, whether it will help Natsume's case or not, it doesn't matter, as long as you bring in a sparkle of tango with the great detective. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motion. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning of Sherlock Holmes's logic and reasoning spectacular. Alrighty then. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. Certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with a question. What form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Gardner, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the lion statue. Alright. I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No. Well, if you observe Mr. Garidev's reaction, it really seems as though some beast did indeed run amok
Here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. Wait, it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then?
We must follow Mr. Garidev's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer.
Alrighty then. Let me see. Can I... Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay then. Let's examine this. What was this photograph?
It appears to be from Mr. Garidev's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
No. Yeah, he does, but you really cannot make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
Marrying your own maid. I wonder if that has something to do with lowering the costs and such. Or the wife is actually pretending to be a maid in order for Garydev to be seen as a much higher status. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there.
The glass is broken, so you cannot see the bride's face at all.
But no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form.
I think powerful will be kinder than plump, Miss Naruto.
Yeah, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you want to upset, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that Garideb knows that all too well.
Oh look, have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an unusual design.
It looks like sort of embellished sunflower.
Okay. Sunflower, lion, okay. I see where the Sholmes was going with this. Yeah, let me look at this. The true nature of the beast has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Okay, well, we shall present the newlywed bride. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Miss Naruto. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garideb. While we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and know the considerable horsepower they must contain. Oh, indeed. Surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Roar. Oh my. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged its room, was your wife, Mr. Garideb. The chilling traces of wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame.
Me?
I pray you do not consider me chivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a random clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garideb anywhere.
Isn't there maybe a clue as to her whereabouts? Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're gonna be we're still gonna have to determine that particular person is the maid. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Gardev's wife could be. A.k.a. like any clue that could tell us that... Ah, there you go. There it is. The same ring that the wife in the portrait is wearing, meaning that the maid is the wife.
Take that!
Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gardev's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household. You are no ordinary household maid. But you're certainly of the horsehold material. No. You are Mr. Gardev's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gardev herself.
Oh my word!
Oh, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised, this is the wife, yes. My Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say. But she was a belly. Okay, you kind of shot yourself in the foot there with that. Except much worse. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man. Yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? My golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid with his employee. Yeah, here in London, one is rather judged. His household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. Gardev has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Gardev? Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret. Please. Alright. There's that. The raging wife of Mr. Gardev. The lion herself. Now, Mr. Gardev. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blight pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by the supporting arm. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's not calling Mr. Gardev's wife a beast.
Yeah, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable.
But Mr. Gardev is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he?
Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then.
Well, not necessarily as a supporting arm, but he is supporting something. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gardev's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? It could easily signify... Yeah, look at that. It could easily support that slapped cheek right over here.
Take that!
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. Done by the beast herself. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. It was you, Madame Joan Gardev.
Oh, yes.
You have been desperate. To hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Oh. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. And that's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. Yeah, that's why you were positioned like that. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent snap? In other words, we must ask ourselves, what caused Madame Garita to fly into a rage? Yeah, that is indeed something that I'm questioning even right now. I wonder. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
Did Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Yeah, but now we have established that the lion never existed, so it must be something else. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garidev's wife.
Miss Naruto, she's a person, not a thing.
Well, still, she may have, like, beastly hunger. Yeah, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left the perfect hand mark, in fact. Maybe so hard that that is what caused all the ruckus on the right. Like all the vases are broken and such. It was such a heavy slap that it sent Mr. Garidev flying all the way over there. And his body was the thing that broke those vases.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
And maybe that is what made the candles fall off on the carpet, and there would be fire. I'd love to know the answer to that question. Alrighty then. Well, first things first. Well, I cannot check the trash bin. Stack of books. Hold on a second. Let me read this.
Ah, someone was reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look.
Ah. A kissy sign on the bookmark. That does tell me something. What are you cheating, Mr. Garidev? Mr. Garidev is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note, written in a woman's hand.
Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Oh, Mr. Garidev, how could you? And look next to the signature. Lip marks.
Made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. It's not as dreamy as you think it is.
Oh dear. Oh, sorry.
So this bookmark is actually a love note. Okay then. I guess that is gonna be the thing that we're gonna be presenting. It is a love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Okay. I feel like I'm starting to see how things are going over here. Like, when to examine and when to just straight up present the evidence. I think I'm seeing it. Yes. It is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Beastly passion. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. But I don't know the belly woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in a book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right. A likely story. Now listen here, John, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place. And that note must have already been in there. Yeah, it certainly makes me question. Let me examine this a little bit. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq, a meal for Gaborieux, Canterbury Yearnings. I wonder if that book is actually the same. I probably should have examined that. So, the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, I mean. That's right. That's what happened. A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is... A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast for the most ferocious bite. Yeah, thank God it's just a bite. Next thing you know, she's gonna punch him with the ring finger. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we can only look at the tower of cakes. Okay, well, clearly it is the candlelight.
But surely Mrs. Garber didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not. I mean, she was hungry like a beast, but still. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Shum's deduction that we need to fix. We need only follow Mrs. Gardev's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
Alright, let's see what we can see.
Yes.
Alright. It would have to be... Actually, let me examine this a little bit.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Oh dear. That would be dangerous.
Wait. Take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the three missing from its holder? This little piggy went to town apparently, and caused fire to the village. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we don't only look at a candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It appeared that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Scarde's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. Yeah, again, kind of like that idea that I thought of before. She slapped Gardev so hard, she threw him all the way over there, and the candle fell. Or she used her airbending techniques with the slap, like the wind just blew the place up, and the candle just went there. And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, the ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you! Oh my. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, he discovered some rather illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. Demolish might be rather close to the mark. You better pay close attention, otherwise your legs are gonna get burnt once again. And Beast is most certainly enough. Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by fire when a candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. And the whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bloody thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. Well, that's sympathy for you, I guess. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The body furniture started going up as well. We had to hide the mess behind the screen for the time being.
Over here, Mr. Gardam?
You have nothing more to hide. If you'll allow me. Yeah, look at this place. And all my favorite old novels in that case. As soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen. And didn't even have time to prepare my cannon until when the enemy strike. Word of it is, I lost my favorite. Book called The Lion's Pride. Oh, how ironic. Your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage.
Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again.
It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick and fool fell. Out of interest, what time of day was that again? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago. Around 5 o'clock, I think. Okay then.
It's at exactly the same time as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The old Blighty could have been fled outside my window at that moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really?
Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Miss Naruto? What can I do for you? Well, I think we got to the bottom of Mr. Garda's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsu's circumstances? I don't know. Like, this whole thing, well, I guess it is as I imagined. It has, like, what happened here in this room doesn't seem like it has much to do with Mr. Natsu's case, except for the opening window part. But in which case, does Gardeb really have, like, any reason for him to lie? Like, something tells me that we're gonna have him in trial as well, to cross-examine him about some other stuff, maybe. Other than that... I can only help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Miss Naruto, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories, those relevant to the case, and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry. Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no. Is that time already? Yeah, I guess so. We'll be starting our trial soon enough. If we are to accept Mr. Natsu's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. It is your decision, champ. What's it gonna be? Perhaps you'd like to betake yourself to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Gardeb. And some good old spanking. On the face, nowhere else. He doesn't deserve spanking of other variety. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Since I guess someone will be waiting for us, I'm going to have to give one an answer. Alrighty then. Well, I guess so. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Naruto. Hello. But I'm afraid it's super time. Super time! Wow, two One Piece references there. But I'm afraid it's super time now. Supper time. I have to ask you to leave. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'm sorry. If we linger too long, Miss Garde will start pouring tea again. Yeah, well, no one wants that. Alright then, shall we go then? Now Sasaki-san is beside himself in his cell, waiting for us to return. I couldn't afford to spend any longer making up my mind. Alrighty then. Well, I guess so. Let's go to the prison cell. Yes, we shall go to the prison right now. Oh. It's time, Miss Naruto. We must hurry back to the prison. Yeah, I know. That's how care. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of Mr. Garrett's house. Okay. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who are you calling an old man? You rum-looking nimini-pimni? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Who is this Russia fellow, eh? What are you on about? Excuse me. Eh? What the? Who are you now? I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here.
And my associate here, Mr. Reynoso Nardom, is a lawyer, you see.
Eh? A lawyer? What?
If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law.
Fine. I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This ain't over yet.
Get thee to a nunnery.
Do I look like a blooming nun to you?
I do hope you're not injured.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either, you know.
Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here? In the Gardev residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Gardev mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? Yeah. On the floor. This must be the man. This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Yes. A gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy of a palmist in my battle of words, near could there be? Sorry? Battle, do you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Miss Natsume and I spare long into the night. I see.
I don't fully understand, but is this Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least?
So, fair maiden. So, good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Very well.
I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room.
Most random moment that I've seen this entire week. Since he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he cannot really help us. Okay, so Seki-san and the man as lodgers. The Gardev house is certainly full of eccentrics. Alright, anyway, I'll go and find a carriage.
Yes. I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return.
That's all we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Oh, it's you. You're here. You're here. You came. Locum student, Mr. Naruto Esquire. I cannot believe you came back. So touched.
We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
Oh no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure in the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese. Oh no, let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. There is nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, it is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Yes, it's you! The miserable, rotten spy, Herlock Sholmes! Sholmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se. Save observing, of course.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home. to see how our devised it. To see our what is that word? Divested? To see how our divested friend is faring. Gloom for room. At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is a superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your tasty books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny.
You! How dare you, Sherlock Holmes! You freeloader!
I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope.